Recently, I just made a video where I used this 12-volt battery to extend the life of an Ecoflow power station. And it worked great. In fact, it would work with just about any type of power station that has some kind of a solar input or DC input. But it led me to wonder, can I do the same thing with a 18-volt battery? So in this video, we're going to take this 18-volt Ryobi battery and see if we can use it as emergency backup into our power station. Hey everybody, it's Chris from FamilyGeekery, and today we're going to be testing out using a 18-volt Ryobi battery that you probably already have in your house to extend the life of a power station. In this case, we're going to be using a Ecoflow River 2. But like I said, you can do this with just about any type of power station that has an input for either solar input or DC input, like a car charger type input. And after I posted that video using the big lithium 12-volt battery to do the same thing, I had already started working on the idea of using a Ryobi battery, and someone actually in the comments said, hey, why don't we just do this with a battery we already own instead of buying a new one? So I guess great minds do think alike, and I found this little guy here, which is just a DC adapter for your Ryobi batteries, and they were used primarily for like hooking up one of these batteries to a Power Wheels. You know, those little cars that kids drive around so you don't have to buy those sealed lead acid batteries for them. And I guess people love them for that. So I picked up one of these. It's already got a fused output on it. I'm just going to connect on an XT60 connector on it. You could use just about any type of DC connector depending on what kind of power station you have and what kind of input connector you have. And we're going to give this a shot. And what I like about this is it does have a power switch on it. So you can make all your connections and then turn it on. And if something's not going as it should, then you can turn it off real quick. But let me go ahead and get this connector on here, and I'll be back and we'll test this out. Alright, so since it's just a quick test and kind of a proof of concept really, I just used some of those heat shrink crimps. Crimped it on there real good. It's not going anywhere. You could just as easily solder the wires together or however you choose to make that connection. The package that this came in actually did have a couple of those little quick connect connectors, but I wouldn't use those. But I think this will do the job. And having these leads like this, you could actually, depending on the input of your power station, you could buy a couple of these and put the batteries either in parallel or series, depending on if you wanted to get more voltage in there or more current in there. But we're just going to go with the straight 18 volts, and I think the max input to this is about 100 or 110 watts. So we're only going to be drawing about 6 or 7 amps out of this battery, which I think is completely fine. I think a power drill or some of the other tools that they make for these things are drawing more than that, so I'm not concerned about the draw. But let's go ahead and hook this thing up and give it a test. Alright, so in the back of this Ecoflow, it has an XT60 input port, and they use that both for the solar panels and for a cigarette lighter cable that comes with it, just like this. So basically we're doing essentially the same thing. We're just not using a 12-volt battery in our car. We're using an 18-volt battery here. And the input for this does allow for 18 volts, so that's not a problem. I believe it's 12 to 30 maybe. So let's go ahead and flip the switch here and see if the Ecoflow sees it. Well, that was quick. So it's going ahead and found it. We got some input coming in now, and it's climbing up. And it's leveled out about 109 watts coming in right now. So that's about exactly what you'd see if you had plugged in the cigarette lighter port into your car, about 100 to 110 watts. And so far, it looks to be pretty solid. So I'm going to go ahead and let this charge up a little bit and see if there becomes any weird smells or sounds or anything, just to see if anything seems to be going wrong. But so far, so good. So let me let this sit. I'll be right back. All right, so I left this actually connected on for almost a half an hour. It went up almost 20% in capacity. And at 256 watt hours, that 20% would be approximately 50-something watt hours. And this battery is listed as, of course, 4 amp hours. So 4 amp hours at 18 volts. It shows it at 72 watt hours. And I didn't let this go all the way down to 0. I kept it hooked up until I saw the power drop a tiny bit, and I figured once that power started dropping a tiny bit, it meant the voltage might be dropping a little bit in here, and we are down to the last bar capacity wise, so I didn't want to drain it all the way dry. But it was rock solid the whole time up until just the very end where it started to drop down just a tiny bit. And this is by no means a brand new battery, so if it's able to get 50 something, 50 to 55 watt hours out of a 72 watt hour battery, that's not too bad. But all numbers aside, this was really just a proof of concept to see if this would work. and it certainly did. Now, as I had this running and I was testing it, it occurred to me that there are some benefits to this versus the other method that I showed recently. And the main benefit, of course, is you probably already own the batteries. Now, while that 20 amp hour lithium iron phosphate battery is nice and big and could deliver plenty of power, and you could scale that up to just about any size you want and do the same type of thing, that's obviously enticing. But the other side of this is you don't have to buy a charger either, because you presumably already have a charger for your batteries for your tools if you've got the batteries. So really you're only buying, $10 worth of parts probably for this adapter here and whatever connector you want to use. And if you've got one battery, great. If you've got 20 batteries, even better. So let me know what you think about this. Drop them down in the comments below. If you have any questions about this whole process, drop those down also. I'll be happy to answer anything I can. I hope this was helpful to you. If it was, I appreciate a thumbs up. That helps out the channel. Speaking of the channel, go ahead and check that out. Lots of other geeky stuff on there. So check it out. And if you find something you like, hit the subscribe button too. That's going to do it for this one. I thank you as always for watching. And until next time, peace out and geek out.